Welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's episode, we're going to Edmonton.
Morning. Morning.
Thank you.
Please ensure all small portable electronic devices are in a non-transmitting mode. Your headset should not be removed and stowed until the safety demonstration is complete.
Here we go. It's been the quickest interval between flights the channel has ever seen so far. Cam and I are living the lap of luxury at the moment. I get a beef sandwich with, holy shit, this is the nicest food I've ever seen. Oh, there's a food bowl in there. This is the nicest airplane food I've ever had. I think, yeah, this is dope. Let's see if I can get into it, dude. 1 second, hold on. 1 second. That's fire. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty damn good. This is the best we're probably gonna eat this whole trip, because the rest is just gonna be hot dogs, right? The rest of the trip's gonna be hot dogs. I can't wait for this.
Please remain in your seat with your seatbelt fastened and your personal belongings stowed until the
Oh, dude, an RJ? How about RJ? Oh, Dash 8 back there. That's dope. Well, we've made it off the flight, and this is our home away from home for the next couple days. Yeah, there's a USB-C in there. It's a little Kia Sportage with like 4,600K on it. I'm just doing a walk around for the rental company to prove that there's nothing wrong with it. You see any dents down there? Cam, you're really used to seeing Cam and I in really loud Mustangs and Corvettes, so a little bit of a change of pace, but there's gonna be a bit of an adventure here. First stop, I think, is gonna be food, because as much as we were spoiled to death. Oh, here, you can have that one for now, I'm not using it. We're spoiled to death on the flight. I am hungry and thirsty again.
I can't believe how many times we got served.
I know, we got 3 in-flight services. It was sweet. How do you...
Oh, it has a real key.
Does it?
Yep.
Bro key.
What kind of key is a Corvette have?
So now we've made it into the West Edmonton Mall. You can see the amusement park Galaxyland behind us, and I'm standing on the walkway that used to be the loop for the Mindbender roller coaster. It didn't make it here in time to ride it, but it used to occupy this entire space, and then one of the loops would go right around where we're standing right now. And I know the camera's not going to do it justice. It is a massive space in here. It's huge. And I don't think this trip is immune from autism because it's actually sponsored by it. And this is autism spot number 1 or 2 depending on who's counting. That's a Bomard missile, a Twin Otter, or no, that's not Twin Otter. It's a Voodoo, and I forget what the middle one is. I'm involved with the jets. I associate with the jets. All right, guys, it's Braden in voiceover land. Welcome to the Alberta Aviation Museum. This was a fantastic collection of airplanes, and the first aircraft you're gonna see is this completely wooden airframe Mosquito, World War II aircraft, followed by a CT-133 Silver Star, Canada's jet trainer. We also use these for ejection seat training. This one is displayed in a fantastic livery for the 100th year anniversary of the RCAF. Following that, we have a CF-100 Canuck, one of my personal favorite aircraft and the only fully Canadian aircraft to ever serve with the RCAF. You can see in the background of some of these shots the Edmonton skyline. This museum used to be a World War II airfield and is currently having a subdivision built around it. Hopefully that doesn't affect the museum's future because this museum is fantastic. Following that, we have another CT-133 Silver Star that served with the RCAF, and both of these that you've seen in this video were built by Canadair in Montreal, this one being in a more traditional RCAF paint scheme. Following that, we have a Beechcraft Hawker, which appears to be some sort of private jet. This thing was really cool. It looked like it was from about the 70s. It was really, really cool. Another one of my favorite aircrafts is the CF-104 Starfighter. This particular 104 you're seeing is a dual seat version of the Starfighter. Typically the 104D was used for trainer and pilot introduction into the 104 once they had done their preliminary training on other airframes. The museum also had a CF-86 Sabre or an F-86 Sabre because the F-86 never really got the C designation that a lot of other RCAF aircraft got. Fun fact about the Canadair Canadian-built Sabres is they were powered by Canadian Arenda engines, and they were actually faster than any American F-86 Sabre that ever flew. And I don't know if that pissed the Americans off, but I would imagine they weren't too thrilled to find that out in the air. The museum also had this wonderful example of a North American B-25 Mitchell bomber, which to the best of my knowledge were used as trainer bombers during World War II. However, post-World War II, these squadrons were reactivated in the case of an attack over our northern border from the Soviets. If you're ever in the Edmonton area, guys, and you have the opportunity, and if you're an aviation enthusiast, definitely go check out the Alberta Aviation Museum. This was a fantastic collection of airplanes to get to see. Everything was in great shape. The history behind this place being a World War II airfield and a lot of the stories that the staff told us while we were there, if you guys are able to check this place out, definitely go check this place out. This is my first time doing voiceover, so I hope I did half decent for you guys, but now we're going to take it back to Braden in Alberta in the vlog. Well, if you're ever in the area, I would highly recommend it. That was very good. We're gonna go look for demons now and stock up on mild camping supplies. I could sleep, I'm tired. I'll keep you updated. We'll see what trouble lays ahead tonight. So we found the most Alberta road ever. This road's an 80 road and it's bumpy as hell, but we found oil derricks, 2 of them. I've never seen those before in my life. Oh look, there's one actually flaming back there.
Oh wow.
I guess we are in the part of the country where they do make the stuff, so it makes sense. So imagine you're just digging in your backyard. In Ontario, we find mud. Out here, you find oil. That's a much better alternative. Holy crap, look at them all.
Wow.
They're everywhere. Well, I guess that makes sense. So the museum we were at earlier, years and years ago, before that airport was still, that airport was still an airport, they had a 737-200 there, and they were going to move the entire museum from, was it Bletchfield, up where it is right now, to up here at Villeneuve Airport. And the first to leave was this 737, and then the rest of the museum never followed. But it's been here ever since.
About a decade.
Yeah, about 10 years it's been sitting out here. And it's a 737-200, extremely rare.
Well, like, how'd they get it in the field?
Oh, there's a little tug?
Yeah. I guess the idea is that it isn't gonna move, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. They obviously don't want you getting too close to it. Well, it's not every day you see a 737 just in a field. If anybody knows anything about why it's all the way back here, because the airport's way up there. If anybody knows anything about this, please let me know, because I am genuinely curious about this. I just noticed this too. That tug that's hooked onto it is an old Canadian Airlines tug, which I believe is what Air Canada was, or Air Canada bought them way back in the day, but they were obviously a Canadian carrier back in the day. And I don't know if this plane originally served Pacific Western, but I'll probably do a voiceover when I do some research on this thing. Welcome back to VoiceOver Land, guys. This is a 1972 Boeing 737-200 located in a field near Villeneuve, Alberta. Originally, it served as an outdoor exhibit at the Alberta Aviation Museum, the museum you would have seen in VoiceOver not too long ago. How did it get to a field in Villeneuve, you might ask? It was flown from Edmonton City Centre Airport to Villeneuve in 2013, Edmonton City Centre being the former airport where the Alberta Aviation Museum sits today and the former World War II airfield. This aircraft was meant to be the centerpiece of a new museum that never materialized, but unfortunately has remained exposed to the elements and on display at Villeneuve Airport ever since. When Cam and I, obviously in this video, saw it in person, it looked to be in good shape, and from what we could see being, from the fence, it looked to be like somebody or some group of people were taking care of it. So maybe it's the Villeneuve Airport, or maybe people from the Alberta Aviation Museum were looking after it. But it didn't look too far gone. It still looked like it was in good shape. A little bit of history on this plane. Obviously, it was built in 1972, and then it flew for Pacific Western Airlines, then Canadian Airlines, until Canadian Airlines was absorbed into Air Canada. It served for 26 years and then was retired from Air Canada in 2005. It was then transferred to the Alberta Aviation Museum in Edmonton. In 2013, due to space constraints at the museum you saw previously, the aircraft was flown on a short journey to Villeneuve Airport, where it was intended to be a cornerstone of the Alberta Flying Heritage Museum, which from what I can understand was supposed to be an evolution or another detachment in a way to the Alberta Aviation Museum that you saw previously. I really get a kick out of the fact, and I really like, that this aircraft served with Canadian Airlines its entire life. It served with Pacific Western, Canadian, and then into Air Canada. There's also some pretty fantastic footage of this particular 737 making her final flight from Edmonton City Centre to Villeneuve, where she still sits today. The footage is fantastic. Her fate of ultimately just sitting in a field near Villeneuve, a little bit sad given this aircraft's rich Canadian history, but at least she's still here for us to see today, and it does appear like somebody or some people are taking care of her. Back to the vlog. The TISM is upon us. We're driving to our overnight stay, and we found this beautiful thing. Autism. We have it. Oh wow, that is so cool. Does that say 1950 on there? 60. Oh, I got it on camera too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a crusty old line right there.
Not a bad view from up here either. I love exploring.
I mean, despite it being old shitty rail, it is a good shape.
Yeah. Milepost 10.7. Hide in here for a second. Hide in here while the traffic goes by. Hopefully we don't get in trouble. Also, the house right over here, guy has stupidly beautiful property, and a dude's just down there mowing his grass. Pretty cool spot. Some ducks down there. Pretty sweet. And I think that's as far as I'm gonna go on this one, while being in the public eye. Well, I was about to go to bed, but realized I hadn't done my outro yet, so here we are. It's 10:15 Alberta time, which would be a little after midnight Peterborough time. We're at a family friend's house of my mom's here in Edmonton. Well, St. Albert's, but Edmonton. Great first day. Really fun day. Basically a private flight out of Peterborough, like 40 people on a 737-700, which seats 141 people. So it's pretty great. 3 meal services on that flight. Great arrival into Edmonton. Got the rental car, did some touring around. We saw the Pacific Western 737. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little spotty. Toured around a bit more, caught some locomotive action. Not great, but we saw some. Tomorrow, I believe we're going Edmonton to Calgary. Planes, trains, and automobiles. You guys know we roll on this channel. Thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Scully Productions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you either in the next scene or tomorrow.